One of Stuart Wilde's most famous stories is the story about the dragon. And what happened was there was an evil dragon, and it was like Russian dolls, where there's a dragon within a dragon within a dragon. Yeah, and then within all these little dragons, yeah, there's like nasty, nasty ghouls. Anyways, I didn't time that. I'm not quite sure why the universe had me stop. Well, I don't know. Anyways, right now I'm showing you this one-eyed thing, one-eyed covered. Well, I have both-eyed because it's very bright right now. Okay, so what's going on within me during this time period is a mental storm. And what I do during mental storms, if I do anything at all, is relax the body. And relaxing the body is me also signaling the body that I don't want to talk the body. I want to let the body relax and not be interfered with by me. So I'm quietly, if anything at all, just like noticing the body might want to relax its shoulders or something, and maybe that's about it, but I'm not talking the body, and I'm witnessing the mind having a mind storm. You can't hear it, but I don't know, maybe you have a mind storm going on inside you sometime. For me, a mind storm is exceptionally unpleasant. And as Eckhart Tolle told us in his book, The Power of Now, awareness of these mental storms, these pain bodies, helps you endure them. Can you cure them? Eckhart Tolle said, it's an ongoing process, I think is what he might say today. But at least we know what's going on in mind because we have the textbook, The Power of Now. Eckhart Tolle's on YouTube for free. And The Power of Now, if you go to Amazon, you can select Kindle, and then you can get free sample of The Power of Now. And then you can come to a better understanding of what's going on in your mind when you're having a pain body attack or a mental storm. And that really is the only thing he's going to be able to. There's a lots more information for your mind. If your mind is very curious and wants to know lots of details, that's a good thing to have and a good thing to do. I do feel like I'm under attack, demonic attack right now, and I have been all morning. It's 11 in the morning, and I've been under demonic attack since I woke up this morning. Oh, yeah, it's all day long. It's demonic attack. So, in addition to all this stuff, yeah, it's people who are demonic. Yes, they're horrific and demonic. Yes, and they don't want to leave me alone. Yes, it's 5 long years, and this is the only thing they do. Every day, all day long, the same people. Yes. Their full-time occupation and career is to torture me. Yes, it's true. Are they real people? Well, I don't know what else you would call them. They're real, yes. They're psychopaths, yes. And they have Wetiko disease, yes. Does that imply that we're going to be able to empty the prisons when Wetiko is cured? Yes. And they will be cured, yes. Forever, I don't know, because I can't say, because I don't know enough about the nature of Wetiko. I don't know. It was here when I was born. I was born in 1965. Wetiko disease was on planet Earth then? Yes, it was. Really bad. Really bad Wetiko disease. Again, what is Wetiko disease? It's demonic possession. What is the demonic that possesses people? Ego. Ego stands for edging God out. In spirituality, that's what an ego is, edging God out. It's a disease. Ego. Ego is a disease. Yes, it is. And it can be cured. Yes. How do you cure it? You need consciousness to cure Wetiko. Yes. And if you have consciousness, 600, according to what I'm given to tell you. Is it true? I can't tell you. I don't think so. I don't know what I calibrate at on the scale of human consciousness. I wear a t-shirt that the Spirit had me bring with me years ago when I could only fit all my belongings into that yellow pack sack. The Spirit gave me this one with the peace symbol on it, and the other one it gave me is this green one. And this green one here we go. Is the reptilian going for the treasure chest one. Those are the only t-shirts. Because it's just that, that's just what it is. So right now I'm wearing peace, and peace is 600. And multiple times I've been told that the Spirit, God, has set me at the calibrated level of consciousness of 600 on the scale of human consciousness. And I am under constant demonic attack. Yes, I am. And I have been I think it's been my whole life, but intensive demonic attack, it's been, it's been 6 years. Every day. So, Luke Skywalker fought, but he wasn't always fighting. I don't know. How long was Star Wars where Luke Skywalker was fighting the war against all of the... I don't know. It seems to be a lifelong battle, doesn't it? It came and found him again because, Kylo Ren or whatever. So, spiritual warfare, yes. And what do I do in this spiritual war? I meditate. And I let go of controlling outcomes. I know what I want. I want the fifth dimension. I want happiness. I don't want warfare, and I don't want killing and maiming, and I don't want Wetiko disease. How do I get it? Well, I intend it. And then what do? I let go of control of the outside world. How do I do that? I do it internally. Internally, what I do with my mind is I intend not to control this physical body. I intend to always send, if I send any signals at all to the body, it's for the body to relax itself. And whatever the body does, the body does. And that's how I signal the universe what I want, 5D, the fifth dimension, and how I signal the universe is you. You're the universe. You're the great spirit. You're God. And I recognize that at best I'm in, a speck of awareness that's gifted with a personality from whatever it is. And that's why you surrender your ego and you become what's left is a personality. And who does the personality? God does it. Because you sit back here and you're the silent witness. You are. That's what Bob is, the former person who used to run this body when he let go of his egoic control over the body itself. And he did. Because he heard a lecture from Matt Kahn. He's a very famous spiritual teacher. And Matt Kahn gave a lecture on what you're supposed to be doing right now. What you are supposed to be doing, dear reader, is becoming an angel. How do you become an angel? You got to become soft. Yin. Yin versus yang. Yin is feminine. You need to become feminine. In a dance, the man leads the dance, and the woman responds to the man's lead. Who is the man in your relationship with the universe? If you're an egoic person, you're the man. If you surrender control, you let go of controlling the outcome, you've surrendered to God. You surrendered. You said, in the end, Dr. Hawkins of consciousness research, when he explained it himself over and over again, it's just, I don't know. Why don't you read Dr. Hawkins to find out? Because he gives you long talks in his books about his autobiography and what he went through. Because a lot of times people are going to try and figure it out, and they're going to want to put everybody in the mental hospital who said, they've gone through some internal changes due to their internal work. Their self-help. Did the self-help work? Yes. How much? Probably more than you could ever imagine. And that's why people, are kind of concerned about talking about their self-help journey. Because it truly is life-changing, transforming. It really is. People want transformation, and then when people are transformed, they want their old Robbie back. It's just that everything that I've gone through is described in the autobiographical sections of David R. Hawkins' books. And being under demonic attack every day for over 5 years, well, we're talking about the disease of Wetiko. It makes people insane. Ego, edging God out. It makes people insane. What you have here is still a lot of insane people. Because deprogramming oneself is, first of all, you've got to come to an understanding that you are very brainwashed. And the simplest way to remind yourself is Harry Potter's movies. Well, not all of them dealt with the non-wizarding world. But it must be the first movie where Harry Potter is living with his aunt and uncle, and they're 100% muggle. And Harry Potter's aunt and uncle are you and your wife. I'm sorry, it's disgusting. They're unbelievably disgusting creatures. Harry Potter's aunt and uncle, the muddled muggles. It's horrific. I mean, it's kind of almost funny when you watch it on screen, but it's more than creepy. It's more than Twilight Zone because, unfortunately for you, you are Harry Potter's uncle or aunt. You are a muggle. And you are a muddled muggle because it's very uncomfortable when I point out that you are those fat, disgusting people. Harry Potter's aunt and uncle. That's you and your wife. And it doesn't matter if you're Rocky Stallone or, because it doesn't matter because he's a muggle. I don't care if he was the heavyweight champion of the world. He's still a muddled muggle. Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player, arguably, he's still a muddled muggle. Born a muggle, he's going to die a muggle. Brent Beeson, the devil, and his new app. He's got a new app. He loves Foley artist apps. Foley artist on the radio is the guy on the radio at the radio station who produces funny noises. Brent Beeson likes playing with funny noises and processors for his voice. In the Truman Show, Brent Beeson is one of the people who work in the control room where Ed Harris, the actor Ed Harris, whatever the name of his character is in the Truman Show, that's who Brent Beeson is. Ed Harris and company. We're off topic. No, we're not. Because Ed Harris and the people in the Truman Show have Wetiko really bad. That is bad gunky. That's a Stephen King term that means the same thing as Wetiko. Bad gunky. So anyways, the question Brent Beeson asked was, well, Wayne Gretzky, because we said that he's a muggle. And it implies that every muggle is muddled and that every muggle dies. And we said Wayne Gretzky is a muddled muggle. What evidence would we have that Wayne Gretzky wasn't a muggle? He'd be hanging out with the wizards from Hogwarts, question mark. Well, it's just that Brent Beeson, the devil, is going to say, well, earlier today I was talking to him and telling him that the story of Laurent, who was Chilpindi, who was a devil, and before he was Chilpindi, he was part of Pindar the Horrible, and how Laurent became a saint. He went from exceptionally low on the scale of human consciousness, I don't know, the Pindar 140, we're going to say, to 600. Because he was cured of Wetiko disease. When he calibrated at 140, he had full-blown Wetiko disease. And, well, over time, the Wetiko lessened. It was a really bad Gunky case. Bad Gunky makes you a horrible devil like Hannibal Lecter. He had that. And then it gradually diminished, and the character's name changed from being Pindar the Horrible to Chilpindi. Chilpindi was lazy. And because he was lazy, it made him less evil, yes. Because he was more lazy. I mean, he was still negatively oriented, yes. But he developed a case of, I'd rather sit here in my really comfy captain's chair. No, easy chair. Comfy chair, yes. I'd rather sit here and they're just bringing me drinks. They're alcoholic drinks, yes. And what else? They're bringing me nibblies, things to eat. And then there's a feast. because, and then if I'm going to get out of this chair, I'm going to the feast. And then what happened was, well, he found out that he couldn't get out of the chair, but the feast came to him all the same. So he was fine. Well, in the end, it was like, I can't get out of this chair, 'cause he was too fat. And the food kept coming and the drinks kept coming, and being evil meant he had to get up out of his chair and go stagger over to the control center in the torture chamber where he could do evil. But he was too lazy to get out of his chair, his comfy chair. So he knew it was there, and he knew he had a bad temper, and he knew there was a time when he wasn't so fat. Because there was a time when he wasn't as fat. He was still definitely, I don't know. At one time, he was fighting Rumpelstiltskin for control of planet Earth. He was. Pindar the Horrible. Chilpindi, no. Someone said, yeah, no, he wasn't fighting Rumpelstiltskin then. No. He was still didn't wish well for me, but he was more talkative. No, when he was a horrible Pindar, he would talk, yeah, but you couldn't talk back to him. When he was Chilpindi, you could talk to him, yes. Anyways, he was that for quite a long spell. He still had Wetiko, yes. And then what happened? It just... he became more and more uncertain of himself. He lost his nerve to be evil. He just transformed. And the person that it was, it ain't at all. And that's the transformation of someone who went from 140, which is the level of perhaps Satan, to 600 on the scale of human consciousness. And that is the story of Wetiko cure. So, the cure for everything that ails us on planet Earth is more consciousness. So says the teacher Eckhart Tolle. What do you want to do now? Well, the only thing I'm going to tell you again and again and again and again is I'm still under demonic attack. Right now, this is not me volunteering. It's very hard for me to open my eyes. Someone is actively fighting against me. It's someone with bad Wetiko disease. It's very unpleasant to be on a planet full of Wetiko disease, yes. Especially when Wetiko is actively attacking you, organized darkness, yes. So this is why, I don't know, does praying for your enemies help with Wetiko disease? According to spiritual teachings, not mine, the answer is yes. My answer for it is, I don't have any words right now, but yeah, anything you can do spiritually to help cure Wetiko disease, I think is the best use of your time. Yes. Quit your job. Yes. And spend all your time working on curing Wetiko in the world? Good idea. 2 thumbs up. There's one, and I'll have to give you the other one. 2 thumbs up. Yes, that's what everyone should do. Everyone needs to fully understand that the biggest danger on planet Earth is Wetiko disease. And you were born onto a planet where everyone has Wetiko disease. Because even if you've cured it for yourself, there's other people that are still attacking me. Did I have Wetiko disease at one time? Yes, I did. That's the way it is. You cure yourself. No, well, yes, you can. Put yourself on the path of higher consciousness and meditation, and that will help you cure your disease absolutely faster than if you didn't. I think so. Would it behoove you? Yes, it would behoove you for you to spend all your time working on curing Wetiko on the planet. Yes, you'll feel better and everybody else will too. Yes. Is there anything more important? Is like money more important? No. Nothing is more important than curing the planet of this disease. I would say that is the truth. How do you cure Wetiko? You personally work on raising your consciousness. You can do the Bobby Burrows technique. Look up the video on Jesus Burrows on YouTube. It's horrible to be under attack. Anyways, you can look it up there. You think it's fun to be under attack by Wetiko zombies every day, because if you watch me, you will come to the conclusion that I am. And you will know that from this talk that there are some people who have got bad Wetiko. And with bad Wetiko, bad Gunky, you're going to say those people are to you evil. And depending on where you are on the scale of human consciousness, to me, you may appear evil. And I can look at you looking at that person you consider evil, and you're looking at me, and I go, yeah, that person is really evil. And I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to say, I know you recognize that person is evil, but you have got behaviors which make me believe you have got Wetiko. Do you eat meat? If you do, you have Wetiko. How bad? Well, in the future, you're going to look back at the days when you ate Wetiko meat. You're going to look back at yourself eating roast beef sandwiches. Yes. And you're going to say you were possessed by demons. Because only demons would eat Wetiko meat. What's Wetiko meat? It's all the stuff you buy at Safeway in the meat section. Sausages, steaks, pork loin, I don't know, various fish and seafood. Wetiko meat, 100% of it is in the future. You're going to look back and you had Wetiko demons in you so bad that you were eating things and you were farming things so you could eat Wetiko meat. What do you look at if you see a picture of yourself eating one of these roast beef sandwiches? You see madness. Madness in your eyes. Demonic madness in your eyes. Every time you go and you eat meat, it's demonic madness. Because later on, when you're in higher consciousness and you look back at how bad you had Wetiko disease, you're going to say, I had it so bad that I ate meat. What else did you do? Well, I drank alcohol with my friends. We knew it was, yes, we knew. We knew it was a disinfectant because if you cut your arm, you scraped your arm, you knew that if you had a bottle of vodka, you could get some cotton batting and you could dab the alcohol on the scrape on your arm, and it would kill off all the foreign life. We considered those things like bacteria. Vodka kills the cells of bacteria, and our body itself is made up of cells. We know alcohol kills brain cells, yes. We had Wetiko disease so bad that despite us knowing that alcohol kills our own us, we freely spend lots of money, hard-earned money, yes, in order to get drunk with alcohol, yes. And then the next day we knew it was poison, yes, because we felt so sick the next day. We called it a hangover. So there's two examples of things that in the future, when the Wetiko is cured out of you, those things will be things you'll look back on that say, I was fuck-faced. Because I knew that those was horrible animals. No, they were beautiful animals. I know, because I always loved animals. If I went to the park and I saw a squirrel, I just wanted to go up and hug it and kiss it and pet it. I wanted to give it like a glass of milk. I just loved animals. I loved birds. And if there was a petting zoo, some people like petting animals, and some people say they're dirty, disgusting, stinky creatures and get the hell away from me, and I'd never go to that stinky place. All the same place, though, because I saw a video of, it was like a beef cow, and, it was just on the farm, in the factory farm, or, in a what do you call, hobby farm. Well, it just had shit all over, because it just shits out the end of it, and it's not designed very well because it shits sideways. And the shit just drips down the end of its, its back end and right down its legs. Because it doesn't sit down in the toilet to take a shit. It just shits out. It just drips down. I don't know. It's just that, you demand beef. And who are the people that are inside the beef cow when it's alive? People like you, when you get reincarnated on planet Earth, well, there's a good chance you're going to get reincarnated as a farm animal. And you're going to have a lifetime of you shitting out the back end of you and feeling that wet diarrhea running down your ass. Because you're a beef cow, and, what are you going to do? Are you going to go find that dirty old muddy puddle out there? That place where you can go and have a drink? It's just a mud puddle out in the farmer's field, and you can go over there and drink. And if you're over there, you're too stupid to know not to take a shit right into the place you drink. You do. You're going to be a dumb sheep, a dumb cow, a dumb pig. And you're going to drink that water that some other pig or you just shit in. Because that's how dumb they are. And nevertheless, there's a living thing in there. And according to Tibetan teachings, Tibetan Book of the Dead, for example, well, yeah, when you die, then you go through and, there's different portals into different lifetimes. And it's quite likely that one of the portals you're going to see is one or another animal lifetimes, and you're going to go in there and have an animal lifetime. And it's going to be you that's so dumb, and even if you weren't dumb, it's going to be like, well, I just shit and diarrhea down my back leg, and I kind of wanted to go for a swim in that pool over there, that dirty, muddy water, because I wanted to get all the diarrhea up my ass end. And, I don't know. You see a lot of cows going and washing their ass? Well, you're going to have a lifetime of you still hungry and still going out in the field to eat your straw and then shitting it out all down your ass end. Do you think that's going to feel good? Well, get used to it, because if you don't raise your consciousness, then that's likely what you're going to have as a lifetime coming up. Don't forget, you have a lot of karma. You're karmically involved with this cycle called the meat cycle. You spend a human life eating meat, and then you'll spend a whole pile of lifetimes where you're a pig or a cow or a chicken. Over and over again, because you've got bad karma, because as a human you decided, knowing that there is a karmic cycle, and everybody does, and knowing that it's bad karma to torture animals in a factory farm. And it's kind of stupid because it reminds you that you're going to have to pay off this karma as those animals. I'm under demonic attack by King Clancy the Devil. He's got bad Gunky Wetiko disease. He knows it. Yep. He's known it for a long time. Yep. Does he do anything about it? Nope. Do you know you have Wetiko disease? Did you watch my video? Right now, if I offered you a hamburger hot off the grill, with cheese on it, fries on the side, a bottle of Labatt's Blue imported Canadian beer, icy cold. Are you going to eat it? Are you going to drink it? Do you have Wetiko disease? I don't. The other day, I was at Shoppers Drug Mart, and I was looking in the frozen section because I know, because I've looked there before, and there are a very tiny, small number of choices that are vegetarian. And I was looking at the spaghetti Michelinas, and it didn't say meat sauce. When I read it. Anyways, I got it home, and I bought 2 of them for $5. And I looked at it with my glasses on, and then I saw there was beef in it. So I threw it away. Because my body did. I didn't tell my body. I just watched it pick it up and threw it away. My body won't eat meat. It's very fussy. Even if it's simulated beef flavoring and, those like Chinese noodles, it won't buy it. If it says simulated beef, simulated chicken, if my body sees that, it won't buy it. Brent Beeson the devil is trying to go and pin me down because he does. Because he's a disgusting fuckface. Anyways, he was trying to remind me that there was one time when I intended to order a vegetarian pizza. I picked up the phone and I ordered it. And out of my mouth, I didn't say pineapple, I said pepperoni. Because Brent Beeson the devil interfered with what I had to say, and he made me say it that way. Did I eat that pizza? I can't remember. There was one time when, the pizza came and it had pepperoni on it. And I ate some pepperoni pizza. I did. I did. The body picked it up. The body knew it was, yes, because it was another one of these interferences by Brent Beeson, the devil. And at that time, the body ate the pizza. So the body doesn't want farming operations and does not want meat product available to humans. Living on a planet that is still primarily carnivorous in nature when it comes to humans, and in Canada in 2022, Shoppers Drug Mart, which is owned by the Weston Superstore Global Food Empire, Weston does not make it convenient for vegetarian people. They don't make it easy for vegetarian people. They make it exceptionally easy for carnivorous people. They do. So, the people in the Weston organization are bad gunky. Bad gunky is very, very heavy, intense Wetiko disease in that company. Yes. Where is Brent Beeson on the scale compared to, well, I don't know, because we're just going to compare him to where he's been his whole life. Well, is there any sign that Brent Beeson has lost his bad gunky? No. Is there any sign that Rumpelstiltskin is suffering from less bad gunky? Yes. Yes. Is it a certain evidence? If you had to answer, the answer would be about the same. No change. But just because some hardcore devils are still hardcore devils doesn't mean that other hardcore devils didn't change, because they did. When do you know when someone's about to change? Well, maybe I don't know. There's definitely a change, though. When people go from being bad gunky, from being Hannibal Lecter, to being, for a long term, not Hannibal, but maybe, not really somebody you want to be married to, but a significant change in personality over a prolonged period of time. In the end, I don't want to be able to tell you, but in the end, it's very difficult to deal with devils, because you always want to know how much they're interfering with your ability to judge them and to get correct words to tell you. But right now, this is demonic attack, and Rumpelstiltskin allows it to go on. And he has allowed demonic attack to go on because he still thinks that he's Rumpelstiltskin, a fictional character, because he's got bad Wetiko. If you realize that you had bad Wetiko disease because you're drinking beer and eating burgers, and you heard my lecture, do you have a tinge of fear that maybe, you know, this Wetiko disease is incurable or something? I don't know. In the end, it's Earth ascension, and Earth herself has claimed that she's going to be fifth dimensional. So, everything that's going on the planet is part of your salvation process. Salvation is an old Christian term for getting the devil out of you. And getting the devil off this planet. That is what the story is right now. Earth ascension, getting the devil out of the people. Yes. And how is it done? Again and again and again. The Power of Now tells us. Have you read the book? Maybe you need to go get the book or, listen to some Eckhart Tolle on YouTube.